So we're in spring, summer is fast approaching, and it gets really hot here in the summertime. Now we do have a dam which is in that direction over there, and it needs a bit of work before I feel safe swimming in there. We're going to have to get it dredged out. We've had people come around who know about hiring sort of diggers and trucks and things like that to get muck like that out, and they estimate that I'm going to be looking at about 4,000 euros just to clean that dam. So you know, it's a little bit too expensive. Right now we just need a cheap solution, something that we can swim in summertime. So the plan is this water tank. We're basically going to take that tank and we're going to turn it into a little plunge pool. So this tank is pretty big. On the inside you're looking at 2.7 meters this way and about 2.4 meters this way. And what the plan is, obviously it's quite high, I can't remember exactly, but let's say it's about it's probably about a meter high, or just over a meter. And what the plan is here is to build a staircase going up from there so that you can get in with like a little railing, and then have another little staircase going down and build it out of breeze blocks. And then we want to have some kind of seating in the corners. So we're going to build like little seats in the corners, and then you can sit. And I want to have it so that you can basically sit and put your arms up on here and have a drink, have your legs in the water, and maybe the water sort of coming up to the top of your chest. And yeah, so that's the plan. First things first though, we have to drain the pond. So we need to drain the swamp. Now the problem is we've got some goldfish in here, so we need to drain it and make sure that we don't kill the goldfish. So first things first, we've got to open up this drainage tap, and you can see it's going to chuck out a whole bunch of water over here now, and maybe some fish. I've just got this bucket here that we can put the fish in, and yeah, let's see what happens. So the tank's starting to drain now. You can see the water level's dropping. It's still too deep for us to get a net in here and try and catch goldfish because you can't even see through the water. Unfortunately, Gina had some seeds up here and the winds blew so strong that all the seed trays fell in. So we've got lots of soil and stuff in here, so the water's quite dirty. So we're hoping that if we drain it lower, we'll be able to catch the fish using a net, and then we can transport them and put them inside our dam over there. But yeah, look how much water's come out. It's making like a river all the way down, which is pretty cool. Well, the chickens are having a drink. So we just need to keep our eyes open and make sure that there's no goldfish flapping around on the lawn here. Although the chickens will probably have fun eating them. Yeah, look at that, eh? Got a full-on river. So I reckon we're on the halfway mark now. I'm starting to see the dish, the soil tray that Gina dropped in here. So I think there's still far too much water in here for us to even attempt to catch goldfish like that. But it's dropping nice and quickly. Now, the water itself is finding its way all the way down through our orchard. So a little bit of it's pooling up here, but the majority is working its way down through the center here and also back into the ground. It's not a particularly hot day today, so it's not being evaporated, but it's going to work its way into the ground. It's going to work its way back into our water sources on the farm. Also, this water came from the rain, so it's not a waste of water what we're doing here. It is going to go back into the water table, and it never actually came out of the water table. But yeah, got lots of water on the farm here. I always love seeing a little river going down. See how far it goes. Nemo. Yeah. Here's the water. It's nearly reaching our olive grove. I'd say it's about 6,500 litres. Gina, maybe if you kiss that toad over there, it'll turn into a Ken.
I don't want another one.
Alright, I'm starting to see goldfish now. They're actually quite big. Yeah, there's a whole bunch on this side here. Wow, there's a lot of them. We only put 10 goldfish in here, and that was a year ago. So in a year, 10 goldfish have multiplied and turned into loads. We've got a whole bunch of little babies in that corner. So, yeah. Let's try and hope we can catch them all without harming them.
Oh, free.
So we've got 11 fish in here. We've got some more in there, but I'm just going to empty these out first because I'm going to have to climb inside the tank and actually catch them with the net. So come with me to the dam and let's set these guys free. Now the dam itself's got a little bit of algae in it. Obviously there's no water movement, so it's not looking the greatest. It's got lots of leaves and debris, but it is clean. So let's put these fishies in here. Now they've got a huge home to populate. There's also a lot of other goldfish in here. They're so quick. Here we go. Oh wait, I haven't put water in here yet. There we go, I've got two. So there's a little baby goldfish. It's a little baby goldfish and then a big one. There we go. For a cup of tea. So we had a bit of a blockage, so I've had to sort of dig up the pipe and disconnect it, but now finally all of the water is coming out And then I guess we just have to pressure wash the bottom, and yeah, and then we need to let it dry and then paint it. Well, the tank's done. I'm nice and dirty, and yeah, it's looking pretty cool. We've jet washed, well, Gina and I split the jet washing up. We kind of did half, and I've cleaned the outside as well. It's all ready for painting, and it's looking pretty good. So this is a little chair that I've put in here, and I put this in before during the summer, and I was able to basically sit in a very nice comfortable position. So if I sit on this chair, I'm in a really nice position to put my arms up here. You can have a beer up here. Oh look, Mimo's come to join us. You know, I can have like a drink up here. You can sit back and basically relax in the pool, you know. And then if you look in front, I've got plenty of space. You know, the person sitting over there won't be able to touch my feet. So we're going to have a chair over there, steps going up, steps going down, a nice rail, paint the inside. I think it's going to look pretty awesome. I'm quite excited. Now the only thing is, it might take a while for us to get this paint because it's like a Easter long week. All the shops are closed. We're not supposed to leave our district, so we'll see. I might not be able to find paint, but if we can, then yeah, we're just gonna go ahead, sort this out, and we're gonna have a pool for summer. I can't wait. It's going to be a nice spot when it's done. Cheers everyone. It's to our new pool. Hey guys and girls, it's Ken and Gina here from OKportugal, and you're watching Portugal Farm Life. Today we are looking inside our beehive to check if there is any queen cell that's been developed. What we want to do is we want to do a hive split, and what that means is we're going to take half of the frames from this hive and put it into a new hive, and we're going to take a frame that has a queen cell on, which is basically a developing queen. We're going to put that into the new hive, and hopefully what we'll end up with is 2 hives. We are very new at this. We are inexperienced beekeepers, but we're being helped by Evys Bees, and so they said today if we can just have a look and see if there's any of these queen cells. We're also going to be checking for wax moth, because we had some wax moth larvae before. It's a moth that lays eggs, and there's a little worm that starts to basically eat through the comb and actually eat all of the bee larvae. So first of all, I'm going to take off the lid. We have a look inside the lid here. We've got a little spider who's living inside the lid, but he's actually a good thing to have.
He's not so little, you need to get rid of the little wasp.
Yeah, there's a wasp over here, so we're going to get rid of that wasp. I can just pick him up with these gloves and throw him away. Sorry wasp, you don't want wasps in there. Now inside the hive here, We just check everywhere to make sure that there's no wax moths. Now this container over here is basically a water container, and what we've put inside it is a sugar water mix. And what the sugar water does is it helps them to build out comb on the frames. This beehive has a whole bunch of frames on it, and what you want them to do is you want them to basically build honeycomb, and sugar water or nectar is what makes them do that. So we want this hive to get nice and big so that we can split it in half.
How did you make the honey water, the sugar water?
The sugar water, it's 1 kilogram of sugar with 2 liters of water. And you do hot water or warm water so that it mixes nicely. Shake it up in the bottle and then you can pour it into this container.
And what type of sugar is it?
Oh, it's white sugar. It's just plain white sugar. You can see here they've drunk all of the liquid out of this container. So I think I'm just going to put this container down here for the time being, and then the bees can get out if they need. And now we're going to take off the lid. You can see they've actually stuck the lid down with something called propolis. It's like a very tarry, gluey type of substance, and what they do is they seal all of the holes around the hive with it. And that's to stop things like wax moth larvae getting in. So this hive is absolutely packed. Look at this. This is unbelievable. I've never seen it this big before. Just have a look in the top here. Maybe come around just to the left side here. So if you come and stand on this side and...
I can't get out of the way when they scare me.
Just over a week ago we stuck this other box on the top. So the first beehive that you get is this bottom box, and it's called a brood box. And brood is basically like the bee larvae, and so what you have is I believe there's 10 frames in the bottom one, and then 9 frames in this one, and they're kind of offset with each other. And so when we started with this box, there was essentially nothing going on in here. We took 5 of the frames from the bottom box, put them in the top box, and now they've started to build their way out. So let's lift up these frames and have a look and see what's going on. And you can see here that they've basically built out. So they've pulled the comb, they're drawing the comb out and making honeycomb basically. So we're going to have a brief look in here. I'm looking for little red dots, which are varroa mites, which I don't see any, and I'm also looking for deformed wings. And that's signs of varroa mite, but at the moment, no, we don't have any problems with that. So this was joined to the other frame when I lifted it up, yeah, so there's definitely something going on there. There's a lot of joined. Okay, so if we look inside here, this is, that's a drone. So you've got big drones in there. So this is called a drone. It's the big male bees. That's the ones that basically mate with the queen. All of this lightly colored stuff is basically brood. So this is like baby larvae developing inside there, which are going to become more bees. When I do the checks, I make sure that there's no wax moths in here, and I'm looking along the sides, and there's none there. Now these frames here are looking quite stuck together. They're very stuck together. In fact, these frames are completely stuck together. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with that, because again, I'm a beginner beekeeper, so I'm really not sure what you do when you've got 2 frames completely stuck like that. There we go, I'm just breaking it.
No.
Don't worry.
No, I need to...
What?
Please, can I just...
Please, can you just what?
Can I move over the other side?
Yeah, go for it. You just need to relax, because your body language is causing the bees to panic around you. So over here we have the drones, which are inside this section here. And on the ones pointing down, look, I'm still new to this, but on the ones pointing down, I believe these are the queen cells. So that's a queen cell there, I believe. I might be wrong, but this is what we need to send pictures of to Evy and Co, and then they'll be able to tell us whether or not we're ready to do a split. But I think that looks like what we're looking for. This is the sugar water solution. And again, this will keep them hydrated. It'll also help them to pull out the comb, which is basically build the honeycomb so that they can lay brood and store nectar, store honey, store pollen. And a big hive like this will drink through this quite quickly. So I need to check every couple of days and fill it up. Okay, so if you look from the top here, there's a hole going directly down into the hive here. And so the bees can come up from the hive, go in here, there's a little room where they can basically sit and they can start drinking all of the sugar water. And bees are basically sugar addicts. They absolutely love the stuff. Let's put the lid on, say goodbye to the spider. Look at our little spider, let's show YouTube.
He's not that little.
Yeah, so he's protecting the hive for us from bugs.
Please go away, bee.
And let's close the lid. and that's pretty much job done. So being an inexperienced beekeeper, what I can tell you is around bees, you just got to remain really calm. If you start to panic and you start freaking out, then they really go for you. The bees that we keep are called Iberian bees. They are quite, they say, defensive. They're not like these bees that you see other people handling where they don't wear gloves and they don't wear suits. These bees really do look after themselves and they will sting you. But if you just remain calm, you just try and ignore that they're there, you are wearing a suit so they can't sting you. Potentially they can get you through some of the thinner parts of the fabric, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. Anyway, I'm going to leave them alone now. I think the checks are good. I'm going to contact Evys Bees and let them know that we've found one queen cell which looks like a little pinky pointing downwards. And I think they'll be quite happy with that, because that means that there's going to be a queen born, a new queen born, and we're going to be able to move her into another box. We also have a lot of frames of brood and food, so it looks like we're going to be able to do our split soon. Don't forget to tune in next Sunday, same time, where we carry on with our water tank renovation, and we also get together with Evys Bees, who help us with our beehive split. You don't want to miss it. Ciao.